Hello, awakened beings. Welcome to this channel. Here I do tarot and oracle readings to support you along your spiritual journey. If that interests you, feel free to check out any other content on the channel as well as interact with this video if you feel called to. This video is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, February 2026 predictions. All right, so let's get into it. Knight of Potions. I feel like somebody here has a musical talent. Could be pursuing that. February 2026. Also could be pursuing love, but ultimately the Knight of Potions is pursuing something you love, no matter what that is. Okay? But I do feel it could be romantically as well as maybe musically. Maybe you're using music to, maybe you're writing music for somebody or singing to somebody, something like that. I don't know. But that may not resonate with everyone here. But ultimately, Knight of Potions is telling me that you are following something creative or something that you love. You are investing your energy into something that you love. Okay? There's also a spark here, Ace of Candles. So this is also romantically. In a sense, I feel like for some of you, you could be, dating or really engaged with another person for the month of February. Also, February is Valentine's Day. So for some of you, I do feel like you are doing something in particular. I mean, it could be for yourself, or for another person. But there's definitely this love energy already in your reading. Okay? But I do also feel like you're celebrating something, a change, either in a relationship with yourself or a relationship with another person. It just seems like you're leaving the past in the past, or something has been healed. I don't know, it just seems like coming out better on the other side is what I'm hearing. Maybe some of you are breaking away from a relationship with this Death card and redirecting love to yourself and feeling more free from like toxic behaviors, something like that. Okay, that's not going to resonate with everyone. But people are in different relationships here that I'm picking up on. But ultimately, Knight of Potions is directing his love somewhere. Okay? Justice. Yeah, I do feel like with this Death card and the Justice card that it just feels like a situation is being healed or resolved. Okay, the Death card is a symbol of change, transition, and then we have Justice. So that's the scales being weighed out, being balanced. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who wasn't listening is now listening. Okay? Or, maybe internally something that you've been avoiding is now being addressed. Something like that. But I do feel like something is being cared for and acknowledged in some capacity. Okay, let's keep going. Five of Needles. Okay, so this is the card of conflict. But like I just said, facing something head on with that Death card. And so for some of you, it's freedom, like I said, freedom from a relationship, or freedom by acknowledging something that's been ignored. Now something is being heard and listened to. And so it could be the start of better communication with you and a person, healing between you and a person, healing between you and your body, healing between you and your inner child, something. But there's something that's kind of like being illuminated here with the Ace of Candles, and is coming more together, being balanced out, being heard. We have Justice. Okay, I do also feel like your side of the story or somebody's side of the story could be heard. But this is coming through as somebody who's like been silenced for a long time. So if this is you, I feel I'm picking up on an energy of somebody who's been silent for a long time, that's just kind of been putting up with things, not bringing attention to themselves or attention to a particular situation, but like now it's being illuminated, it's being confronted. So I do feel like if this is you, you could be somebody who has reached their limit, so to speak. But yes, there's this confrontation here, 5 of Needles. But I don't really feel like it's bad, because with the Death card, it just seems like it's the beginning for something after. So it's giving consequence. So sometimes people think that consequences are bad, but consequences are literally just what happens after. And so, and we put the label of whether it's good or bad on it. And so just without that label, it's just what happens next. And so with the Death card and the 5 of Needles, I feel like, there could be this confrontation that comes up, but at the end of the day, it illuminates something for you, allows you to speak, allows the scales to balance out. And it's like you couldn't move forward with the door closed, without speaking, without acknowledging. You couldn't move forward that way. But now it's like you opened a gate. So I don't know. Okay. And then we have 2 of Presents. Okay, decision here. What's going on with the 2 of Presents? Instinct. Okay, some sort of intuitive decision, intuitive guidance. And clarify 2 of Presents. Happiness. Okay, so you're making some sort of choice on like what is going to bring you happiness. And then we do have Ace of Candles here. That tells me, some sort of spark, motivation. Okay. But I feel like, and then I was saying, you're being guided towards something you love. So I feel like you're confronting some sort of barrier to your happiness, whether it's a person or situation. For some of you, this has to do with work. I was getting a lot of relationship in the beginning, but when this 5 of Needles came up, it feels kind of like it could impact your work. Okay. What else? 2 of Pentacles. For some of you, it's a boss, and some of you, it's your own self, feeling like you're incapable of something. Okay. Faith and soulmate. So with the Faith and Soulmate card, this happiness, instinct, and all this is for the 2 of Pentacles. So you're being presented with some sort of choice of like, what do you do next after this confrontation, after you confront your feelings, your thoughts, this person, the situation, and feel like this energy surge? What are you going to do with that? What is going to make you more fulfilled, happy? Okay, where are you filling your cup? What cup are you filling, essentially? I do feel like you enjoy maybe like, I feel like you have leadership skills. So it could be that you initiate some sort of project, initiate a conversation, initiate something. But I just feel like you're being guided to do this. Instinct, because I feel like you've been suppressing something for too long, and like I said, it feels like it was boiling over. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing, because I remember I was talking about Valentine's Day, so maybe you are being vocal more about your feelings towards somebody or something, acknowledging your feelings. But I just feel like something is being come to light. Spirit is asking you to confront these feelings, not suppress them. And being able to be honest with yourself and another person is going to bring more happiness and connection to the situation, the relationship. And so with the Death card, it's more of like the beginning to the next stage of something. Like once you take action here, then, your timeline shifts to what happens after you take action, right? So I hope that made sense. Where it's like, if you think of life as a series of decisions, right? You go left, you go right, you go left, you go right, you go left, you go right. Once you go left, okay, then you're presented with another left, right, straight, or turn around. Okay, once you choose, then you're presented with another direction, left, right, straight, turn around, or whatever. And so with this Death card, it's just saying that once you finally confront and acknowledge, bring this up, then you're opening up a door for, what happens next, essentially, with this Death card. But I feel like you don't need to fear what's happening next, because we have faith right here, which is handing you, what you're asking for. And I see that happiness is a part of that. Let me move my hand. There we go. Sort of. Okay. But yeah, happiness, and just trusting that, if you're being vulnerable and honest and, sharing what you need to in a respectful way, or a way that resonates with you, you're sharing your truth, you're balancing the scales, and harmonizing, forming connection, that, you're just on the path that's going to bring you happiness at the end of the day. Okay. And also growth. We have the growth card over here. Okay. So yeah, because you're progressing, you're not doing the same cycle of suppression. Okay. So I'm hearing a clear message of like vulnerability is going to be beneficial for you here. Okay. Let's go ahead and give you a final card. Pay attention to your dreams, any messages you get in meditation, any thoughts that you have as soon as you're waking up or before you go to sleep. Okay, because I feel like with this instinct card, Spirit is trying to communicate something to you, more about your like direction or what to do next. Because I feel like, yeah, I feel like you're seeking guidance, but like it honestly feels like you don't know that you're seeking guidance. Doesn't that sound weird? It just feels like maybe you're subconsciously asking Spirit for like direction, but like don't know what actual question to ask. That's quite interesting. I don't know, but at the end of the day, yeah, Spirit says pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to, when you're meditating or waking up or going to sleep, what kind of thoughts come across. Okay. Because they're trying to give you hints or guidance towards something that's going to be happier or something you can give your love to. Okay. But also they're highlighting your ability to be viewed and looked at. So I don't know if you have like a dream of something that would involve content creation or something that's going to put you on a specific platform, but they're drawing me to the fact that Jack is speaking in front of a lot of people, and these people are listening to what he has to say because they respect him and what he does. Okay, so I feel like, I don't know, if you're not already on some sort of a platform or using your platform to communicate something, spread love, I don't know, but yeah. There's huge potential for you to make waves in February. Romantically, but also like to strangers, to people that you don't even know on a personal level. Like you have a choice to make that can inspire and motivate So, and that you'll enjoy. Okay, so anyways, February has opportunity for you, but you need to be able to like own it. Okay. All right, last message. Also, hold on. With this, Spirit is saying, like, what are you saying with this? Hold on, because they're saying adversary. Adversary. What are you saying with Five of Needles here? I mean, I want to say it in a. They're already telling me, but I'm trying to say it in a more appropriate way. But basically, any adversary. Hold on, Queen Herbie has a line of. Let me think for a second. It's. I think she says any adversary came here to enlighten me. That's in a Queen Herbie song. So basically, she's like, I don't have adversaries, but anybody that is like opposing me or creating challenge, it's just an opportunity to learn. And that's it. Like, they can't actually harm me or disrupt what Spirit has planned for me or what I'm planning for myself. It's basically like you're so convinced in your own ability that no one can deter you. Okay? So, yeah, Spirit, that needed to come out. Okay. So it's almost like whatever you think is an adversary actually isn't. Okay. So that's what Spirit is communicating, that it's almost like this sort of illusion of being restricted. Because there's always like, once you stand firm in your own voice and power and attraction, then, it comes. So anyway, here's your card, Abundance. Divine Beloved, please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. I release my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. All right. Yeah, that was heavy. So that was your reading, Taurus. Take care. Good luck on your journey.